Do we call you Jeff, Mr. Staple, Mr. Jeff Staple? What do we call you?
Mr. Staple sounds nice right now.
Mr. Staple? All right, we'll run with Mr. Staple. Mr. Staple, can you describe when and how sneakers became a major influence in your life?
Really, really early on. I mean, for me, even prior to the sixth grade is when I know I really became like a sneakerhead with a problem, like an addiction. But before that, I was even like super into it. Like, you know, I was buying, sixth grade is when Jordan 3 came out. And even, I mean, I was buying the Jordan 1s, and even before that, I was buying the Bo Jacksons and the McEnroe trainers, the Revolutions, you know, so those were all pre-Jordan. And yeah, I was buying shoes back then, but I wasn't a collector, so to speak. Like, I was a normal person who bought shoes, wore them to death, and bought a new pair of shoes, you know. But the Jordan 3 is where I first was like I remember I'd come home with the Jordan 3s after wearing them, and I'd pick all the pebbles out of the bottom, and on the back, you know, they had the Nike Air logo, and I'd reapply black paint onto the back and all the speckles, I had to replace the speckles, and that's where it was like different than all the other shoes. Like, it was the Jordan 3 that really changed my perception on shoes.
Name some of the most distinct differences you see in the sneaker culture today compared to when you first began rocking sneakers.
You know what the biggest difference is? Back in the beginning, footwear companies were making shoes for athletes and sports. And it was the kids in the streets that were taking that and flipping it and making it into fashion or streetwear or whatever the term is. But they were taking it off the court and making it for themselves, how they rock it at the mall or at school or in the streets. Today, sneaker companies are now essentially asking the kid, what do you want to wear in the street, and we'll make that for you. That's a monumental difference between how it was back then, where kids would have to remix what was being worn, versus now the companies catering to the streets.
How would you describe your taste in sneakers now?
I think very similar to like pop culture in general and fashion in general. It goes through a cycle. So personally, my cycles go really fast. Like, they might go week to week. Like, I might have 1 week where I'm all Hyperfuse, Flyknit, Lunaron. Then the next week it's Jack Purcell, Chuck Taylor, you know, super simple. And then another week I'll go like all Visvim and Lanvin, and then I'll go back to like Air Force Ones, you know. So mine goes with the mood, but I think in culture, it goes a lot slower in a sense. Like, you'll have like 4 months where everyone's wearing Stan Smiths. That's what we're sitting at right now, right? Everyone's wearing Stan Smith right now. But I can guarantee you in a couple weeks, it'll go back to Flyknit, and then it'll go back to Timberland soon, you know? Like, so it just comes in and out of phases, I think.
Can I trade you my kidney for the Yeezys? I had one guy actually hit me up last night. He started off at, hey, I'll trade you the Yeezys for the kidney. Then it went to, hey, I'll trade you your Yeezys plus $5,000. Then last night it went to, oh, I'll trade you your Yeezys plus $10,000.
These particular shoes have a value of $2 million.
Okay.
He wore them many, many times. We're actually now going to put them on tour, and they're going to go to Harrods in London to go on tour there. That's the next stop. It's been on tour at all of our stores.